everybody. If you already know how to play Sudoku, you don't have to watch this video, but I would say maybe just for a brush up, you can just take a peek. A typical Sudoku puzzle is played in a 9x9 puzzle, but I wanted to show you on a kind of like a medium puzzle. I've given you guys an easy one, a medium, and a hard one. There are 4x4 puzzles, and there are 6x6 puzzles. I think there's even 3x3 puzzles. Yeah, I can't remember. But either way, I wanted to show you a medium one so that I didn't only show you an easy one and then you go to the harder ones and get confused. So, how on earth does Sudoku work? The goal is to fill up your whole box with all of the missing numbers. Here are the rules. First and foremost, your puzzle is split up into individual boxes. Okay? Within each of these boxes, you have to have the numbers 1 through 6. You cannot repeat any numbers. You can only have 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, and 1, 6, okay? In each of these boxes. In addition to that, you have to fill the numbers 1 through 6 in each column, and they cannot repeat, okay? And to make things even more complicated, you have to have the numbers 1 through 6 in each row as well. In order to be successful with Sudoku, you have to pay very close attention to details. And every single time that you're looking to place a number, you have to make sure that that number is not already in the box, the row, or the column. So each time you have to check, all right? So in this case, the way that I play Sudoku is I start with the first number, and then I go through each box and see if I can place that number. And if I can't place it anywhere, then I go to the next number. So in this puzzle, though, there's something that is shouting out to me, and that is this column right here. So what I notice is in this column, I have every single number except for 1. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There's only one spot left. So that is the only possible place for our 1 to go. So I can place it there because I know that it has to go there because it's in that column. Okay? Now, I only start like that if I see something that's blaring out to me. Otherwise, I will always do the same exact process that I always do. So, once this 1 is here, that means obviously there's no other 1s in this column. But now that there's 1 here, there can't be any other 1s in this row, and there can't be any other 1s in this box. Okay? So I'll show you how I typically do this. In my first box, I'm looking to see if I can place a 1 anywhere. So what I do is I look, these are my 3 empty boxes. I look from side to side to see if there's a 1. There isn't any 1 here, so I would be able to place 1s here. There's no 1 here or 1 here. So these 2 boxes could potentially be 1s. When I look at this box, I see that there's already a 1 in this row. So this cannot be the 1. So I know the only possibilities for my 1 are here or here. Some people like to make little notes. I have found that making the little notes is a little too confusing, but I will do it for the purposes here to show you. Okay? Now I don't know which one of these is the 1, so I have to move on now. So I look at this box. I already have a 1 in this box, so I am not going to try to place a 1 anywhere else. Now I go to this box. Again, I already have a 1, so I don't need to look anymore. Now I'm going to go to this box and check it out. And this is what I'd like to show you. I have a 1 here already, so that means this cannot be a 1. That box is out of the running. I also have a 1 in this column already, so this can't be a 1 either. So this box is out and this box is out. That leaves me with only 1 box open, so I can be sure that that's where my 1 goes. And that's how Sudoku works. Okay? I'm going to just start erasing these pencil markings. It's starting to bother me. Okay, so now we move to this box, and there's no 1s in my box. I look in this empty box here. There's no 1s in this column. There's no 1s in this row, so that could be the 1. And then also here, there's no 1s anywhere. anywhere to be found. So all three of these are possibilities to be a 1. Okay? And now finally, my last box here, I can see I have a 1 in this column. So this box is out of the running. And then I have 1 here already, so these 2 boxes are out of the running. So the possibilities for 1s are here or here. Okay? Now, I've gone through the whole puzzle looking for 1s in the boxes only. Now I'm going to start with my 2s. So I look up here and I see, okay, there's no 2s anywhere to be found. So all 3 of these boxes potentially could be 2s. Okay? Nothing helping me out here. Now I go here, same thing. There's no 2s anywhere. All 4 of these boxes could potentially be 2s. Now in this box, I have the same situation here. There's no 2s here, no 2s here, no 2s here or here. So all 4 of these could be 2s. Okay, let's check out this box here. I have a 2 here. So that means this box cannot be a 2. That leaves me with just 1 box open. So that is going to be my 2. I found one. Hooray. Now I move to the next box. There's already a 2 here, so I'm not going to look for 2s. And here, already a 2. No more 2s. Okay. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to look for 3s. So as you can see in my first box, I already have a 3, so I'm not going to look for any 3s in those boxes. And now I'm going to check out this box. Since I have the 3 here, I know that these 2 boxes cannot be 3s. And at the same time, I have a 3 in this column. So that means these 3 boxes cannot be 3s, which means the only possibility is this one. So this is my 3. And once you place a number, you can erase anything that you had written in that box as a note. Okay? I'm also going to erase this little 2 here because what happened? I placed a 2 here, so that can't be a 2 anymore. All right, let's check out the next box. I have a 3 in this row, which means these 2 cannot be 3s. So the 2 possibilities for 3s are here and here. So I'm going to put 3 and 3. Okay? There's already 3 in this box, so I'm not going to do anything here, but I wanted to point something out to you. You get to this point and you only have 1 box open. You can see what the missing number is and fill it right in. So in this box, I have to have the numbers 1 through 6. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. So that box has to be 5. Okay, so we have a whole box filled in now. Hooray. So let's keep looking for 3s. Here I don't have any 3s in this column or this one, and none in the 2 rows. So all of these boxes could potentially be 3s. All right. And as I move to this box, I'm going to show you another filling in the blanks here. But first, let me show you how I could have gotten that without knowing this. Now, as you can see, each column has to have 1 through 6, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know it's going to be 3. But the other way to see that is that there's a 3 in this column, which means these can't be 3s. And there's a 3 in this column, which means those can't be 3s. So the 3 is here. And whichever way you'd like to think of it works. Most people see the 1 missing number easiest. Okay, so now I have 3s. Now one thing I can do is if I remembered that I had 3 3s here, I can look backwards and say, oh, wait a minute. Now I have these 3s here, so these can't be 3s, which leaves me with this as my only possibility. So now I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to place my 3 here. And you can work backwards and try to see if you can find all the other 3s that you were looking for now that you placed a few of them. So if I go back to this box, I had these 2 possibilities as 3s. But now there's a 3 here. So this can't be a 3 anymore. And this wasn't a 3, so my 3 is here. So I can erase. And this is going to be my 3 that I was looking for. Okay? So now I have a 3, a 3, a 3, a 3, a 3, a 3. Found all my 3s. So now we're going to go back and start looking for 4s. So the first box already has a 4, so I'm not going to bother with that. My second box has a 4 here, So my two possibilities for 4s are here or here. Okay. In this box, I've got a 4 here, so that box can't be a 4. And I have a 4 here, so that can't be a 4. That leaves me with this box. Okay, so that's my 4. And of course, you can take a look around and make sure there's nothing else. What I notice here is that I have and here, both of these are rows that have only one thing left. So first, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I know that this is my 2 here. I have to fill it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now up here, same thing, except it's not going to be a 2 this time. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be 5, 6. Okay? So as you go, you fill in whatever you see. Just to complete with our 4s, I have a 4 in this box already. So I move to this final box. And I have 4 here, so it can't be these. It could be either this one or this one. So I'm going to just write 4, 4. All right. Now we're going to return up to the top and look for 5s. I have a 5 in my first box already, so I'm going to leave that alone. And I check out 5 over here. The 5 is in this row, so it can't be these 2 boxes, which leaves this box as my 5. And as you erase the little numbers that you wrote at the top, if you're doing that, you'll see that that was the only other option for a 2, because there's a 2 here. So that means this is going to be my 2 for that box. So you can erase that. And now you'll notice that box is only missing one thing, one number. And if you wrote a note, you'll see that it was a 4. If you're not keeping notes, then you just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And every time you place a number, guys, you want to make sure that you're not putting any repeated numbers. So always make sure when you place it, you didn't have an extra or a second number anywhere. Okay. Okay, so what were we doing? 5s? 5s? Yeah, 5. Okay, so that was my 5. 5's done, 5's done, 5's done. This final box here, I see that there's a 5 up here, so that eliminates these 2 boxes, and there's a 5 here. So these boxes are eliminated. That leaves this as my only possibility for 5. Now I just erased the little 4 up there, and I only have one other 4. As you can see, there were 4s here, which leaves this box as the 4. See, everything is starting to come together now. Once you hit a certain point in Sudoku, everything starts working out. And now I can see these 2 rows are missing just 1, so we can start here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means this is going to be 6. And this is going to be a 1. I know because I wrote a little note. But either way you look at it, you can look at it as the row or as the column. The only number we're missing is a 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then always going up and down too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So now that I have this whole half of the puzzle filled out, I'm going to return back to this side of my puzzle and see if I can fill in all my blanks. Okay, I'm sorry, I should have erased these at the beginning. They're just driving me nuts now. Okay. All right, so up here we're missing a 1, and a 2, and a 6. We never got to the 6s because we got all caught up over here. So if you want to start with the 6, you'll see very easily there's a 6 here, which eliminates these 2 boxes and leaves us with this one as our 6. Okay? And I know I'm missing a 1 and a 2 here. So what I want to do is I just want to see, did I put in a 1 or a 2 anywhere? I did put a 2 here. So that means it can't be a 2 in this spot. So this must be my 1. And that leaves me with this spot as my 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in my box there. And so far nothing has repeated. So now all I have to do is fill out my last 2. Okay, this was the 1, so that can't be the 1. This must be the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and my last one is 6. Okay, guys, and now we've finished our puzzle. And you can make sure at some point in the Sudoku puzzle, if you accidentally put a repeated number, you'll realize at some point because it won't fill up like this. But you can see each box has 1 through 6, and each column has 1 through 6. and each row has 1 through 6. Okay, and if you do it the way that I showed you, going step by step like that, it might be a little too methodical for some people, but that's the way that I like to do it, and I can always count on solving a Sudoku puzzle, even the tricky ones like that, and always looking around you. Okay, so make sure that once you get to those boxes, when things start filling up, you look up and down and side to side, because if you don't try to fill in columns and rows, you'll never be able to just fill them all in by boxes. So make sure you look columns and rows as well. Okay, guys, and that's how we play Sudoku. Have some fun.